What is up, everyone? It has been a while. I decided to finally upload a video again because I got nothing better to do, and I kind of want to make sure I keep content at least consistent with regards to what I'm doing. First things first, I want to get a few things out of the way. For one, I've decided to change my channel name from my original name. Well, not my original name, but it was my name how long it's been, and I haven't not really been able to change it since I recently realized I could. So I'm just working with that. It is now B-More's Assassin. To coincide with the gamer tag as well as PSN ID I've had for years and years, all ranging all the way back to Xbox. But that's just something I decided to do since it didn't make much sense for me to have such a darn name. I'll probably change it again at some point. I don't know if it affects the URL, so I'll wait and see what happens. Another thing, the game that you see before you is in fact Metal Gear Solid Zeros, if you did not know. I mean, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zero. See, look at me. I'm being stupid today, but whatever. There's a lot of things that I want to talk about, so this video will be pretty much me rambling about, the things that I suppose need to be said, or I feel I need to talk about in some way. So I'm just gonna get right on to it. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to discuss to you guys is about recent changes and plans. I'm thinking about uh, tackling on YouTube full time, at least for the time being that I am home. I've been on League of Absence for a while, so I guess I'm gonna be heading back in August. So I'll be back on college and doing all that stuff, taking calc and all that. Yeah, that's a bunch of school, but you guys didn't come here for that. Mainly, I bet if you read the title of the screen, it's gonna be me talking about Grand Theft Auto 5. So yes, let's get to that. Alright, basically, what I want to talk about is the fact that I've pre-ordered, or rather pre-purchased the Steam copy of Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PC, and I have a good number of questions about, basically to Rockstar about what the game, like what changes have been made other than this, like just the mere optimization, enhancement, and graphics, etc., etc. Because let's face it, while I have owned the game for a couple years on my PS3, did not find myself playing it that much, mainly because I didn't have friends to work with, and I just wasn't all that compelled to. It may be different on Steam, but Steam I don't have a lot of friends on here either. But the point I'm trying to make is the game has been out for a few years, and I do want to know, like, what are we PC gamers really getting that makes it completely worth it for us to buy it again? I mean, you didn't really make it a whole lot more while in comparison when we jumped from the 360 and PS3 to the PS4 and Xbox One. I do not own an Xbox One or a PS4. I have not really felt the need to, but that's for another time. But and I have to ask, like, if you're gonna offer it to us for $60, it being a digital release, as many people are wondering, what are we PC gamers really getting? Sure, I've seen the videos about all of us getting 4K resolutions with high optimization, better rendering time speed, as well as rendering view distance and all that stuff. But really, that's just the technical aspect. I'm wondering what value do we get apart from us pre-purchasing the game with that free 1.2, $1.3 million that we get in game currency. It's left me to ask a lot of questions because I'm like, okay, people used to use the excuse that the games would cost $60 in hand because you also have to pay for the material cost. But I'm like, yeah, well, this is Steam where it's digital, so what exactly is going on here? I am still waiting to hear something about that, and I also have questions about the recommended specs as well. Like, I have a GTX 680 Lightning Edition, so I'm wondering if I would be able to easily pull 1080p 60 frames per second, most if not all the time minimum. Because just because they say it's recommended doesn't mean you'll get the best performance. I mean, I'm not going to be running this game at 4K. I do not really need to, and I don't have a monitor that supports it. So I'm just going to be happy with my 1080p, and I'm looking to also develop a group, or at least join one, where we could just play and have fun. I'm looking to have fun with Boogie 2988, or, if Angry Joe decides to, I'll probably do that too. But this will just be a shout out to them in that regard. But let's get on to another point that I'm trying to talk here. Alright, so my understanding, basically when the game released, Grand Theft Auto 5 that is, you're going to be able to get access to a lot of things such as heists, basically new campaigns. This is just from my perspective as someone who's owned the PS3 version. I noticed that there are more missions, I believe, for the Xbox One and PS4. If that's the case, then there's a good chance it's probably on the PS3 and Xbox 360 as well, but I do not know. It's just so many questions that I have. I honestly want to be sure that the purchase that I'm making is something that we PC gamers all together will be able to say, hey man, we're finally getting it on PC, but it's been 2 years. Is this really worth it for us to get for $60? And I'm still waiting to hear what we're getting, because for me, I've been waiting for this for a while. I don't even really have many friends on PSN to really talk to play the damn game. I probably have like one or two, but we never play together. But this is just, again, me rambling about stuff. Let's see here. There's another issue. If I am to really do more videos, I also have to deal with a little bit of a barrier. Apart from indie games, apart from free-to-play games, I would have to like dole out some cash, I guess, to get the games. No problem with that, right? It's just that I won't really be all that convinced to get these said games because, mind you, I'm gonna have to start saving money so that way I can head back and pay for the room and board costs. So I'm not gonna be spending a whole lot, and then I have bills to worry about on top of that. So in the meantime, I'm guessing that I will be a little bit skimped on the games, but I will get the ones that are important to me. You already know that I'm getting Grand Theft Auto 5. I will also be getting Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain, which is later in the year if I had to say anything about that, so I guess I don't really have to worry about any of that for a while. So the bigger question would be, what content will you guys see coming forward? Well, I've been trying to research for a while now new ways to, present content to an audience. And many a times I'm seeing people. One of the best ways I've seen YouTubers and content creators do this on YouTube is primarily that they'll have a screen, they'll show the content, but they also have a lot of on-screen little distractions, such as the names. Sometimes when you see these montages of people playing Call of Duty or trolling or something like that, voice trolling specifically, you'll see things like text, you'll see things like faces, little forms of memes and all that stuff popping up on the screen because it distracts them, and I guess it causes the individual to look at the screen more, pay more attention, and thus get more out of the content. I personally do not have that skill yet. I've also been thinking about working in my Steam, what is that, Steam workshop? Not even workshop. It's that darn SFM, Source Filmmaker. I was thinking about making skits with that, with a lot of the models that I could find online. Just do all sorts of crazy stuff with it. I mean, I've seen someone like Dasbo should make great content, yet he's nowhere near as famous as I feel he should be. I mean, have you seen the Idiot Box series that he has? He does a phenomenal job. We're putting a lot of effort into the schemes, the schematics, the characters. He often gets help from other YouTubers, well, maybe not YouTubers, but other people that contribute their models, their meshes, their textures, etc., etc. And some of them are really even delivering ideas of skits or some sort of suggestion. I'm willing to bet because he works hard on it, and it has been a while, I admit, since he uploaded one. But I would watch them over again, and I will leave a link in the description for you guys to see that too if you have not. Part of the reason I considered Source Filmmaker as an outlet would have to be because of the Arbiter in Chief, RB in Chief, made by John CCG or Digital Fear, for those who know either or both. I really loved that series, and I was always thinking if I could continue it just through a different means. And, the way he did it was via, like action figures, and then going into the game, recording game footage, and then just uploading it after he does a lot of editing and a lot of hard work. I can see why he wanted to make it end, and I'll be honest, the ending of Season 8 was pretty darn sad, but it was realistic in the sense that, well, then again, what can I say what's realistic? You got talking toys, but I don't care about that. The point is, he did a damn good job, and I would really love to be the one to kind of continue it. I won't be able to do it at the same scope as he would be able to, considering I have no skill in that kind of field when it comes to cinematography. I took a class, I think I have an idea, but I do not know for sure. And I guess I have to work on when to use the certain effects, certain terms, look them up again, study them again, because the most recent thing I remember is calculus, and I took that a semester after that class, so I'm kind of in between. So other than that, I could probably also learn how to do very, very fluid animations. So I guess for the time being, I'll just focus on the little tidbits, and then over time I can get better. I don't know. I may have to go get some suggestions as well as look on some YouTube videos. I mean, I could look at the videos, but it will still take me months to perfect or even like get close to getting better, let alone just perfecting it. So I have to make a real commitment to that, and hopefully I have enough time to do that, to post it for you guys, because one of the reasons I wanted to get into YouTube in the first place is I love being able to start like a community, have us chat as gamers, but it becomes discouraging when you upload something and you get little to no response, little to no critique, little to no interaction with your viewers because basically no one watches. And I've also noticed how I'm getting subscribers while I've been away, and interestingly enough, I can't thank the people enough for giving me a shot. I really thank you guys for that. It's really encouraging to me, I suppose, because it makes me feel sad that haven't really uploaded anything in months, and I just really don't know what to say to you guys. I would love to run something like a subscriber play or something like that, but there is no way for me to really organize that when there's not many people active. So I've decided to take a new step or direction and just upload it, because part of the reason I don't upload that much is because I do want to just play for fun. I'm not doing any better on Twitch at all, in fact, so that there's no concern there. I can't really lose anyone if I don't really have anyone, but I do have friends that will support me, and especially those such as Nova and the Dids. Even though we haven't really talked much, I talk more to Richard than anyone else, but I really do look forward to doing new things, new ways, and this will always be a gaming channel, but I can't exactly say I will post only gaming. Sometimes it'll just be skits. Sometimes it'll just be like podcasts and other sorts. But people tend to go other channels for podcasts, and we don't really have. Well, I don't specifically. I don't have anything in particular that grasps you guys' attention, so that way you're willing to watch my podcast. Like maybe Funhouse, who used to be on Machinima, and then you have Modern War Negro, who had their own. I don't think they're doing that anymore, but I would watch it if they did. If they did another one, but I first have to get that group together, and then we would have to talk about lots of things. We would have to be very informed. It's going to be a lot of work. I would probably have to go to them and ask them questions or tips or anything like that, but more or less I'm just going to be trying stuff out until I get it right, find a formula that works for me, and then finding a good schedule that would work out for me, you guys, and all that other stuff. So I guess I'm just going to start from the bottom all over again. I may also talk about the monetization thing on YouTube. Supposedly that's getting changed, and currently I'm a YouTube partner, not particularly a partner with any network. So there are a few things that are changing, such as now we're only getting 55% of the revenues. So the policies are obviously changing. I don't know if it's for all partners on YouTube, or is it just those who are partnering with YouTube currently without being a part of a network. See, I have to figure that out. I have to read the document a bit more, and I realize that as time has progressed, I have recently learned or earned new features to my account that I can use, such as fan funding. I guess I can also do the subscription thing, but that's not exactly allowed. Or not subscriptions, I'm sorry. It's actually the paid videos thing, they do on YouTube, post it on YouTube, and make you pay like $4 or $5 to get access to said movie. But I don't really believe doing that is necessary. Although for them it is, but not for my channel. I don't particularly have a series, and there are some series I would love to see on YouTube, but there we go. But whatever. This is just a video of me explaining my thoughts for the time being on what's going to be uploaded. Sure, you guys may like or dislike if you want to. You may unsub, sorry if to see you go, but I'm just going to go ahead and say that I will try something new, and then I will see how it goes, and then I'll keep trying and trying and trying, because Creator Academy, although useful, I cannot exactly say that it guarantees me anything. But I will say this: it is easier, when we look at the chance of becoming big on YouTube. The chance of becoming big on YouTube is actually better than winning the lottery, in my opinion. So I'm just gonna work with that, especially because I'd rather spend money on content that I can enjoy than spend money on a card or a ticket that I might not get anything out of. So, I mean, yeah, you may say the money is there and it could help me out, but let's just look at the odds of that happening. So this has been my rambling video, me talking and rambling for about 10-14 minutes, and I would like to see your guys' input on what you would do as a YouTube channel owner and as a content creator. What would you suggest for me to do? What would you suggest that I do on my part to give more content to you guys? And then I guess we'll just talk about it in the content section. Either way, either or, I don't mind. This is Mike, and I hope you guys have a good one. Later!